Sponsel was an award-winning prosecutor, the star inside the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. And then came our politically charged investigation.
The ABC 15 investigators showing how she worked with Phoenix police to falsely charge protesters by inventing a fake gang and then charging demonstrators as members.
MCAO is now moving to fire Sponsel. In new documents, the office says they discovered a pattern of extreme misconduct.
Our chief investigator, Dave Biscabing's been all over this story from the beginning. Tonight, Dave explains why this signals bigger problems inside one of America's biggest prosecutorial agencies.
He broke the news. After more than a year on paid leave, MCAO gave Sponsel a notice saying her misconduct was so extreme they can't trust her to be a prosecutor anymore and they plan to fire her. Now that may sound like accountability, but it's not. Sponsel claims she's the scapegoat, and even her harshest critics say she's right. These protesters are not gang members. They didn't sharpen their fingernails or umbrellas to attack officers. And they weren't organized like the Bloods, the Crips, and Hell's Angels.
She is a threat to our community.
Those were all lies, but those were all things April Sponsel and Phoenix cops would claim in court.
She's a threat to regular, normal members of the community.
The protest and gang charges came in October 2020. We launched our politically charged investigation in February 2021. At first, MCAO defended the charges, but our reports unraveled the entire web of lies. So a week later, MCAO was forced to dismiss the cases. They put Sponsel on paid leave in March. Then 15 months later, this week, MCAO finally sent Sponsel this notice, their intent to fire her. The notice highlights the misconduct in the protest gang case, but also says while she was on leave, they reassigned her other cases and found a similar pattern. Here's what a top executive concluded, quote, "Based on your extreme overcharging and lack of appropriate follow-up and review, I cannot trust that you are able to do the work of a prosecutor."
Is that a surprise to you?
It's not a surprise to me, and it's not a surprise to anybody who's been a criminal defense attorney or prosecutor for, I'd say, the last 18 years.
Marcy Cratter is a defense attorney.
Was known for overcharging.
She and multiple others provided ABC 15 with emails showing they warned MCAO supervisors about Sponsel's conduct for years.
And you keep going to the supervisors and over the supervisors' heads, and they do nothing. So this is not a rogue prosecutor. This is the culture at the Maricopa County Attorney's Office.
Here's a specific example. After a protest outside Phoenix PD headquarters on August 9, 2020, Sponsel worked with police to falsely charge multiple people. One of them was activist Bruce Franks Jr. They told a grand jury that Franks bull rushed the police line like a football lineman, but surveillance video proved that was a lie. Franks' defense attorney emailed MCAO supervisors a detailed letter with evidence showing Sponsel didn't have probable cause and made things up. And in response, here's an email from an MCAO division chief to Sponsel. If he believes that's what you did, he is obligated to file the bar complaint. His problem is if he says that and doesn't file one, that's when he is acting unethically. So essentially, the MCAO chief said, "It's not our problem. The defense attorney is the one with the problem." And Sponsel replied to her boss with a smiley face.
Anything.
Now, the false protest charges happened under former county attorney Alistair Riddell, who resigned in March and then passed away.
Good morning.
So this week, ABC 15 investigator Melissa Blasius asked the newly sworn Rachel Mitchell about the move to fire Sponsel.
So your office said that April Sponsel engaged in a pattern of extreme overcharging. Are you planning to review any more of her past cases, and how far back are you going to go?
Obviously, that's an active personnel matter, so I have to be careful not to discuss the details of that. So if there are some additional cases from the past beyond the time that she was in the First Responder Bureau that people have concerns about and want us to look at those, we can certainly do that through the Prosecution Integrity Unit. We're willing to do that.
Beyond the protest case, the notice includes 4 other Sponsel prosecutions in 2020 and 2021, alleging more extreme overcharging and ignoring evidence. In one case, an officer got a small cut on his hand while making an arrest. The cop didn't know how it happened, but the suspect had a pen on him. So Sponsel charged him with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, the same as someone who shoots or stabs an officer.
Are you concerned, now that you've had several weeks in office, that there is a larger oversight issue within MCAO?
I want to make sure that there aren't other cases where there has been an oversight issue. Certainly, if somebody wants to bring those to our attention, we would look at them.
What do you think about those answers? Do you think they're doing enough to look back to see how much harm has
No.
actually been caused?
It's completely inadequate. If I were county attorney, I would be having the office pull every case Ms. Sponsel ever touched. I'd treat it like almost like a product defect, a product liability case. And I would send letters to all of the defendants and all the defense lawyers saying, we have now learned that one of our prosecutors is unethical. And you may have been impacted by that.
I appreciate defense counsel.
Sponsel knew she was likely to get fired. Months ago, while at home on leave, she filed a lawsuit against the county. Sponsel claims she always had a stellar reputation, and in her evaluations, she has constantly met or more often exceeded professional standards in every category. But then she became the scapegoat in order to blunt the criticism by the news media.
I agree, she was scapegoated completely. They bred this monster. They taught her how to do it. They nourished her on it. They encouraged it. They allowed it. And then they throw her under the bus when they get caught.
Now, one final point about why Sponsel wasn't just some rogue prosecutor. MCAO actually had her train officers on how to take the stand. Think about that. The prosecutor who MCAO now says misled grand juries was the person they picked to teach cops how to testify. That's why all of this needs a lot more investigating. So regardless of what MCAO does or doesn't do, we'll stay on top of the story. I'm investigator Dave Biskobing, ABC 15, Arizona.